Here at last. A little bit late, a little bit unannounced, but I'm here just the same. Andy the Gabby Cabby in his car, waiting for you fine people to put in an appearance. It might take a little bit longer than usual, as I wasn't quite sure how quick I could get my backside out here today. It's a bit of a long one on the road again. I think it's early hours in the morning I started and didn't get home till 7 o'clock, something like that. So very long again. And I'm on the road again tomorrow, early too. I've got to take somebody to Gatwick, an Italian lady, no less, who can speak very little English. I could try a few things, but we will see. Hello, Julie Keys, good to see you. Hi, Mum, Lorna Mackenzie, Fern Wright and PJ Mosley, good to see you all. Paul Warner as well. Welcome to the chat, and hope you've all had a good day. Carol Kay, hi Andy, hello to you Carol, good to see you. And Lorna's saying hello to my mum. I've come out and I've got the damn sniffles. There's nothing wrong with me. I think it's just the cold air between my house and the car. It's making me sniff a little. But never you mind, I haven't really been about today. Andrew, elbow cough. You got this, good vibes. Yeah, exactly. But I don't know where that's come from. BCTV, a different videographer with opinions. Hi Andy, it's Bridget Charleston. Change my channel name. Okay, I figured it was you with the a different videographer part in the middle, and it's I like that. It's catchy. A different videographer with opinions. Hello, Chrissy Williams. Good to see you, and hope you're all right. I kind of passed back and forward your neck of the woods a couple of times today. Both of my jobs were drop-offs in Deal from different airports, so I drove past yours. I was a little bit worried about what was going on with Dover Docks and P&O and everything. Hello, Julie Baldwin. Good to see you. And I kind of went down that road but got through okay, and I noticed over at the docks over the other side, I think there was 3 or 4 P&O ferries lined up. Yes, hello Clive, I just saw that message just as I hit the go live button, thank you. Appreciate that. With opinions, how do you change your name? It's in the settings somewhere, PJ Mosley. You can do it. I'm super duper, went for a 15-minute sunbed session. I'm nice and tanned. My son likes those things. He's going on holiday in June if he gets his passport renewed. And he likes the old sunbed sessions, even though he's going to lay on a beach and get all toasty and brown while he's on holiday. He wants a tan before he goes, but never you mind. Hello, Jerry Georgopoulos, good to see you. Alan Pape as well, all the way from Chester, good to see you as well. I hope you've all had a marvellous day. I've had a bit of a mad one. Mad couple of days, actually. Yeah, I feel sorry for the P&O seamen as well. It's disgusting the way they've been treated. And I've seen a couple of different versions of events with the new staff. They're either on £1.92 an hour or £2.60, whichever narrative you wish to believe. But it's nuts. Clive Henderson, I appreciate your concern. All it is the airport side of my business. All the travelling has gone absolutely mental over the last week and a bit, and I've tried to prioritise this live stream at the very least, so you get something, and the odd video when I can. I've got my web guy in the background telling me off as well. I haven't really been productive in the content area, but I need to sort that out and try and get some kind of schedule going. Yeah, PJ Mosley. Yeah, that's quite the suggestion, that is, and the timing would make sense, definitely. But who knows? Who knows? Emra Millen-Gertekin, if I've said that correctly. Hi, Andy. Hello to you. Good to see you. I've had some good news today, Andy. I'm being referred for the new NHS soup and shake diet. I fit all the criteria. Is that the one that puts the diabetes into remission, Julie? I mean, if so, bloody good. And let's hope it works for you. Hello, Stephen Wild. Good to see you. Not been well, so missed a few live streams. And I hope you feel better now, or on the mend, whatever the case may be. And as I said, good to see you. Hello, Sharon Shooter. Good to see you. And hope you're good. Yes, where I haven't been able to do the content that I would like to do, the main thing that I needed to keep up with these live chats, because that's what our community seems to be based on. So I had to keep these going. Hello, Alan Edge. Good to see you. Easy Tiger. Good to see you too. And Andrew and Namesake. Hello to you. Good evening. It's good to see all of you. Yes, everybody's doing quite well in YouTube land lately. I've been watching the content of some of my friends' channels, and some fascinating shows come up. And it always makes me laugh when the cancel brigade try and have a go at them and don't really cancel them and just make them all popular. That happens all over the place. But all the ones that I see are very, very good indeed, and I like it. There's pictures of the Ukraine PM with the head of the WEF. Very fishy hotspot for all the elitist money stadium. Yes. I don't know if you've seen the news, but Boris, of all people, has stated an interest in going to Ukraine, Kiev no less, or Kyiv, however you want to say it. I suppose if you go to Sainsbury's, it's Kyiv, and apparently those in Downing Street are having kittens, wondering how they can make that happen as safe as they can. Well, there were 3 other prime ministers or presidents or heads of countries that went there and didn't seem to have much of an issue, so why should Boris be any different? Hello, Michael Castrian, good to see you. P&O, they treated the Yorkshire miners as badly years ago. Yeah, people get shit on every now and again from a great height, don't they? Andy, if you watched any recent footage from my channel, then you will understand why my channel name has been changed. Okay, I'll check that out. The hostage was wearing blue and yellow, I see, Andy. And speaking of blue and yellow, did you see that stunt those Russian cosmonauts pulled? Come out in yellow spacesuits. Oh, we had plenty of yellow cloth to use. Yeah, bollocks. Pull the other one. Do you think he bollock off and whatever you say in Russian? I don't know. Tony Whitworth, good to see you. Tennis icon Martina Navratilova said that transgender swimmer Leah Thomas, a biological man living as a woman, should have an asterisk next to his name. What difference to his athletic performance or her athletic performance does an asterisk next to the name make? I don't think that's quite with the programme or quite with the argument, really. Alan Pape, good luck with your new diet, Julie Baldwin. Yes, let's hope that works for you. What's everyone going to do when the bills go up? People just won't be able to afford to pay. Chrissy Williams. Sand Answer, good to see you. What my take is with the bills. Credit card bills, gas bills, electricity bills, bills on bills. Anybody that can afford to pay something towards a utility bill surely can't get shafted. I find that very hard to believe. I can see a row coming with my utility company very soon because of historic balances, historic issues, and they will get royally told to fuck right off. But we haven't got that far yet. We will see. Alan Pape, good to see what you're saying there. Eat or heat, what a choice. That is exactly the point. I said it's good to see, but not really. It's a sad fact of life. A lot of people will be forced to choose that sooner or later. What's your favourite fizzy drink? Emra asks. Well, at the moment, it's this stuff. I like a bit of iron brew every now and again as well. My gas and electricity has gone from £80 a month to 257. Okay, firm right, case in point. So that's, well, 100. Diane Abbott, what's the percentage of that? But it's more than 100% increase, isn't it? Probably nearer 200. What can you afford to pay? Never mind the £80 a month. What can you afford to pay? This is the thing. I think there needs to be some kind of public action on this to show them that we're not fucking around and being dictated to by the big person anymore. You know, what are they going to do? Sue everybody in the country? They can't. 220%. Thank you, Alan Edge. My brain was a little bit fried there. M. Perry, good to see you. And I hope you're all right. 310%. Well, which one is it? 220 or 310? I don't bloody know. I ain't got my calculator. 300, there's another one. I reckon Diane should come in and say something, really. Heisenberg, hello, good to see you. Yeah, so much for the price cap. It's I mean, what's the other thing? There's rumours going around the press that old Dishy Rishy's going to knock 5p a litre off the fuel duty. Big deal. So let me see. So it's shot up to say £1.90 a litre. Knock a little bit off. That'd be £1.85 a litre, thereby not solving the problem. They seem to be talking a little bit more generously, or as generously as a Conservative can be. And I wonder whether we might have signs of something coming in the not too distant future. We will see. A choice between red and blue. And I know what that choice should be, really. We need to show these cretins once and for all that we're done. But we won't. Too many people are still in the system, locked in, and they will vote for one of them. It's a sad fact, but it's happened probably the last 3-4 general elections that I know of, and will continue to happen. Anyway, folks, this is the Daily Chat with Andy the Gabby Cabby. I got here a little bit late. It's good to see you. If you haven't done so already, please do this on the YouTube live stream. Gives the algorithm a bit of a tickle, helps it find us. And if you are new here and have only just started watching, please consider subscribing as well. And that all helps. We're doing good on both counts, I think. So thank you very much. There are other ways you can support Andy the Gabby Cabby as well, which you will find in the description on any of my videos, on any of my live streams, and certainly this one at the end. So wonderful. Putin's in his 70s now, should be wearing out pretty soon. Yes, along with everybody else's patience, I should imagine. Al Diesel, £2.12 in Riley. Jesus Christ, that's ridiculous. That's got to be the biggest I've ever seen so far. Sivan Gertican, what are your favourite crisps? I smell a rat here. I like all sorts, really. I had a packet of Walker's chicken crisps on the way home. Hula hoops, Doritos. I like all sorts. Too bleeding much, actually. They're my Achilles heel, a packet of crisps. They all PSG and piss in the same pot. Mate. Yeah, that's right. Hello to you, Philip. 25% of green taxes. I mean, you look, I've been driving a car 25 years, and it's about 60p a litre when I started. Now look at it. It's crazy. You can't sell electric cars if gas is cheap. If you don't think that's part of the plan, you're not paying attention. Let's read that again. You can't sell electric cars if gas is cheap. If you don't think that's part of the plan, you're not paying attention. So high gas prices, more. There you go. That does make perfect sense. I am watching and hearing YouTube twice at the same time. Got it on laptop and hearing SKU F1 channel on my Sky Box on TV. But that sounds very complicated, Clive. It really does. 174 for diesel in Swindon. It's crazy. There's a couple of petrol stations near me. Top of the hill, it's one price. Bottom of the hill, it's another. It's mad. Hello, Neats. Good to see you. Hope your birthday was okay, even though I was late. Wishing you happy birthday. Carl Williams, Andy, there are ways round energy bills. The payment slip is a credit slip. YouTube vids on how to send it back paid with free stamps. Okay, that might be worth a suggestion. We'll have a look at that. I'm always looking at ways to screw the system if I can, make life a little bit easier for friends and family, and there are ways which I always actively look into. Hello, Bob Pittman, good to see you. And Derek Owen, hello, Geezer. I've got a friend who calls me Geezer. You must be one too. Made my day, Andy, thanks. You're welcome, Neats. We're just getting ripped off and take it about time we all stood up. Well, that's it, isn't it? You know, household budgeting. We're all stressing ourselves out, thinking, shit, the lights are going to go out. And why are we, you know, what are they going to do? Sue all of us? It's a bit crazy. Anyway, here's my Arkwright moment. There we go. Except it's a door and not a dodgy till. Putin seizes 515 Airbus and Boeing jets in Russia after he passed a law claiming the jets for Russia. Yep. And we got to send condolences to the families of those poor passengers on that 737 earlier on today that crashed in China. I saw the footage and that was horrific. Just a nosedive, a complete vertical nosedive down from whatever altitude it came from and smashed into the ground. No one had a chance in hell of walking away from that one. Not a chance. Where are we? 110 watching, only 67 likes. Yes, let's do something about that. Andy, where's your ring light? It's still in its box, Alan. I've got a 12-volt adapter thing down there. I've got to get a USB thing to plug into it. I've got one under here, but it's a pain in the bum messing about with all that. I think I've got one indoors, actually. Ian Perry, what a tragedy. Yeah, absolutely. It was literally an uncontrolled nosedive. Something went really wrong. It wasn't one of the 737 Maxes, apparently. And we knew what the problem is with them and what they did to correct it. But I'm not so sure about this one. But apparently they've all been grounded. Yes, that's a good point, Anna. We've seen that before, haven't we? Where co-pilot walks out of cockpit and pilot has other motives and does the unthinkable. Hello, Gary Thornbury. Good to see you. Put it over your head like a halo. Right. So this is my ring light. And let me see what we got here. There's the instructions. It says nothing about halos or anything like that. That looks a bit, I mean, light that up. That'll, yeah, I can see that. That could be me, Simon the Saint, Templar, aka Andy the Gabby Cabby in his car with a plastic halo on his head. Halo, Andy. Good one, Alan Edge. I will sort it one day because, mind you, I keep saying it, don't I? I keep saying it, but this bloody wall unit thing's ridiculous where I have to keep slamming the door. Putin playing games and using his own troops. I don't trust him. I don't think anybody does. I don't think anybody trusts anything of any sort that's coming out of that area. It's all false narrative on both sides. What do we believe? You know, where is this going? And we keep seeing the bloody N-word, nuclear, mentioned again and again. I saw a little article about them using small nuclear bombs. I mean, what they're talking about is tactical battlefield warheads, which could be used if Putin got desperate enough. But, you know, what do we know? What do we know? All we know is what we see and what we hear and what we learn. Those are the main things. Right, this is Andy the Gabby Cabby's Daily Chat. I see we've got a nice number in the chat now that have just seen me put a plastic halo loopy thing on my head at people's requests. I'll get that lit up one day. If you haven't done so already, please hit the like button. That would be cool. Good to see you, everybody. Thank you very much. I want to give you a quick shout out as well to all the paid members of the channel. I appreciate your support. Also a shout out to all the subscribers as well. We've got well over 29,000 now, probably getting nearer 29.5, which is wonderful. So I appreciate you all very much. There are other ways to support the channel too, all of which you can find in the description of any of the videos and anything else. Also, I'm across multiple social media channels as well, so check me out on those if you are on there too. That would be great. We're on Getter actually, and that seems to be creeping up, so that's not too bad. Ivo, hey Andy, are you thinking one day to change to an electric car? I have two problems with electric cars, Ivo. Number one is the range, and number two is the cost. And I suppose number three is the bullshit, as in how economical they actually are, because I don't believe they are really with regard to how the batteries are made, the disposal of, and all the rest of it. So I won't be looking at it anywhere in the immediate future. There are incentives that our local council are putting in to try and twist taxi drivers' arms up their back to go and do it. But, you know, locally I've seen a few pop up, but certainly not for my kind of work. I mean, today, for example, I drove probably 400 miles, and I'd probably have to stop halfway in between to charge the damn battery up. It's just not right. It just, you know, complete fallacy, really. 103 likes. Well done, everybody. Appreciate that. That's in record time with the number of people we got online at the moment. Putin assassination, Russian despots days numbered as Kremlin considers removal. I read that yesterday. Somebody said they want to give him the old Novo treatment and push him out of the way and put someone else in his place. So I think that's how that will end. Okay, I will have an edge. I'll check them out this evening. I've not had a lot of a chance to look at a lot of material people have sent me of late. I mean, I've got Jodie, who's our resident artist, sending me a load of drawings that she's done, and I've got to catch up with them because I promised her I'd put something together, which I will do. Tiggity Boo, good evening to you. Welcome to the chat, and I hope you've had a good day too. I don't believe a word that comes out of MSN. It's all propaganda. Yeah, I saw where was it? I think it was Twitter. I saw it, and there was a panoramic view of a building which had been bombed out and blown to smithereens. And the poor Ukrainians, poor Ukrainians. And then alongside it, they put another building. Yeah, twatter, that'd be right. They put another building which was exactly identical. And the problem is, this identical one was in Beirut. It wasn't in Ukraine. So we have to be careful how they mimic things about. No, I haven't watched The Dead Zone yet. It's one of those things I haven't had the chance to sit down and even count my own fingers. It's been that crazy. But I will get round to it. Uncle Gary, I love it. Got an electric car years ago from Toys R Us. And it's probably more beneficial than anything else they come out with, really, isn't it? Hello, Tommy. Good to see you with the sunglasses there. Fat Blokes Ferguson. I see the same photo. It's all planned act. Putin, Klaus Schwab, Saudi, Biden, all, yeah, it's probably some coordinated hose job somewhere. Clive Anderson, I'm getting bored with BCC and GB News banging on about the war. Yeah, Clive, it's wall to wall, isn't it? You know, I look at the papers every day, all the different online papers, to try and pick out other things to bring you. And it's very difficult to swim through all the mire of, you know, well, shit, basically. It's what they want to ram down our throats. Hello, David L. Good to see you. And hello to Dominic as well. We've got some good numbers in the house tonight. Yeah, tomorrow I've got a better day. I've only got one run to Gatwick first thing. So I might be able to get a little bit more on here tomorrow. That's the plan anyway. We'll see what happens. Yeah, I get the sentiment, Clive. Yes, it could do, but, you know, sometimes the truth hurts, doesn't it? The truth hurts. We don't want to forget what Putin's up to, PJ Mosley. No. Mike Alligators, hope you're keeping well. Sorry I'm late. Yeah, I'm not too bad. It's been a busy few days. Ukraine looks 30 years behind modern Western countries. I have noticed that in the background, and you know, some of the furnishings and other things that you see, a little bit backward there for sure. They got rid of RT, so we only got one side of the story. Can you still access RT.com? Actually through the World Wide Web? Could a couple of days ago when I checked, but whether they've banned it since, I don't know. Electric cars at the Mo are as much use as a chocolate ashtray on a motorbike. Yes, well, we could give them an upgrade and say a chocolate teapot on a beach. That could be good. Over 100 illegals crossed the channel today. Well, Cody, there you go. And apparently our dear Home Secretary, Priti, has decided that she's going to get them out the hotels. Fancy £350 a month to put them up in your digs instead? No, I didn't think you would. Didn't get any notification last night, Andy, but got one tonight. Yeah, it's a bit hit and miss, I think, Mike Alligators. I didn't put one of my manual notifications up either, where I you know, let you all know. March 1999, NATO began attacks on Yugoslavia without United Nations Security Council approval, marking the first time NATO has attacked a sovereign country. Yeah, people forget history, don't they? Particularly where politics is concerned, they seem to have a good habit of getting their memories erased, which is the unfortunate thing. Still working, okay, Alan. I thought it was. I know, at least on my computer, I think their web people have installed like a filter on the front of it, a DDoS filter, just in case anybody tries to attack it with denial of service, which is a technical term for hacking, basically. And you have to put a little tick in the box to say you're human. But apart from that, I think it's still there for now. You can easily block it at the server level if they want to, but, you know, for now, it's still there. Europe will be free from Russia gas in 5 years. Putin, we're turning it off tomorrow. Yeah, well, there you go. Promise kept. Just send P&O ferries to pick up the dinghy divers and run. I did wonder, Philip, whether that might be somewhere in the offing. You know, you've got loads of ferry crews there, haven't you, who work on the cheap and room and board at the same time. Well, not a ferry I'd be catching anytime soon, I tell you. Former Eastern Bloc countries have never really caught up with the West. No, and there's I try to explain it to my wife. I mean, you got Russia there, and you've got the proliferation of them all round here, haven't you? And a lot of them have gone that way politically. And you've got Ukraine, Belarus, and Poland, and a little spattering of the others. And it's all a bit of a tinderbox, really. I think in the grand scheme of things as to what's going on. We only import 4% of Russia oil and gas. Yeah, Carl, that's correct. We're only 4%. We're not as reliant on it as a lot of other countries. I mean, I think Germany's one that's on a bit of a sticky wicket with that, aren't they? Really. They could cause a bit of a issue for themselves if they piss off Putin too much. But why are we, if you're only talking about 4%, why are we dumping Putin and going to the Saudis? Why are we, well, Boris didn't get far with them, granted, but why are we doing that? Why are we not finding ways of becoming more self-sufficient? Or is that 4% of our total imports? Where's the other 96% coming from? Something doesn't add up right there somewhere. Order! Hello, Acorn Andy, good to see you. David L. Yugoslav was part of the Iron Curtain when it split. Yes. We have oil in the Falklands. Yes, we do. And various other things. I've got a couple of mates who stationed out there over time on the RAF base over there with the rather remotely large runway. One of them was an RAF fireman. Was just in a chat with your mum, Gabby. That's Patty L. Good on you. She likes a good chinwag, does my mother. Biggest importer of oil is Norway. £2 minimum wage are being paid at P&O. That's right, Neats. I heard £1, £1.92 an hour was one I saw. There's that Diane Abacus mentioned again. My husband served there. Okay, Tickety Boo. Was that in the conflict or just served there on the base afterwards? Well, that base wouldn't have been there then, would it? In the early 80s. I remember there was a small marine detachment, wasn't there? That's the thing. Kirky Bailey. Yeah, I read there's tons of oil of the stuff off the Falklands in the conflict. Okay. Did he get home okay, unscathed, safe and sound? Let me know, because they went through a lot over there, our boys. Oh, pardon me. Come on, guys. Save ours, spend theirs first. Saudi's number 26 on the list, Alan Edge says. President Trump warned Germany to become more independent on their fuel. They all laughed at him. They're not laughing now. He sent them a white flag, didn't he? He sent them a white flag and said you surrendered. I bet Madame Merkel didn't like that, the old Chancellor. Alan Patemore likes, please. 142 watching, 122 liking. Yeah, let's see if we can jump that up a little bit, folks. That'd be cool. Patty L. Billy Ray, trial watching with your mum. He was found guilty of all charges for murder. Yeah, there's a couple of interesting ones in America. Those two little boys. Duty Ron has covered it very, very much. The Wells boys, West boys, very, very young. I think 3 and 4 years old, and their adoptive parents reported them missing, and it turned out that 3 months prior to that, they were killed, and the parents had been arrested, and it's all going ahead, and unfortunately, they don't know where the boys' remains are, so they've got to try these people and find them guilty of the crime that they're being tried for without the obvious presence of evidence, as in the bodies of the boys. It's a very tragic story, really, and one of many. And you've got young Summer Wells as well that went missing and has never been found. It's tragic with these kids. Peace be upon the God Emperor Trumpy Pants, Acorn Andy. What do you think would happen if Trump was still in? I don't believe this would be going on. I mean, I read something earlier that stated that Trump warned him, you go for Ukraine, I'll get you, and it seemed to put him in his place. He said you only need to make these people believe it, even 10% believe that you mean what you say, and they'll back off. So did Putin try and bully him? And he poked him with a big stick and said, "Wind your neck in, pal." That could have been it. Yes, Acorn Andy, very much so. No, he was more diplomatic, Trump, with Putin. Trump is clued up. Putin is just Bidened his time, that's right. Well, the way I see it, he's seen a weak leader. He saw the response in Afghanistan. I mean, let's face it, that was a complete and utter clusterfuck at the end. America pulled out, made our position completely untenable. We had to go as well. And he thought, oh, now's my time. Bam. It's all playing out. I watched the meeting with Biden and Putin. David L says, yeah. Well, the Russians are up in arms at the moment because apparently Biden has called Putin, I think it was bloodthirsty dictator or bloodthirsty murdering dictator, and they said that Russian and American relations could be severed over it. I think they're in a bit of trouble as it is right now. I don't think much name calling would be really needed. Cody, Trump would have lived rent-free in Putin's head, certainly would have done. Cosmic War Toad, all right, you lot. Certainly am, Cosmic War Toad. Good to see you. Refugees will vote in your next government, will they? Fuck. 18th of the 2nd, 22. Refill car in Kenya, 34.28. Petrol cost 89p. A litre diesel is 73p. Diesel is much cheaper to produce than petrol and only costs. Obama sure looked after his own. Yeah. Breaking news, Boris lied again. What's new? Go on, Alan Edge. Fill us in. What's he said? Or what's he not said, as the case may be. I heard something he said the other day, and I thought, pull the other one, Bojo. Farage's Vote Power Not Poverty rally cancelled again. Who's cancelling these things? Is it the venues he's trying to go to, or is it Farage pulling out himself, I wonder? I know they were trying to do one at a football club, and it got stomped on. They didn't do it, but I'll see if I can catch up with that tonight, see what's going on. Kim Alliston, Donald told the news reporter, "You are criminals." Also not for reporting the fact that Biden is, government lied to Boris over COVID figures. Under Gaddafi, a gallon of petrol was 14 cents. 14 cents. That's unbelievable. I remember talking to a guy that lives in Arizona, and he was saying how cheap the fuel is over there. And he said some of the motors over there are doing 16 miles to the gallon, something like that. No wonder it's cheap at that consumption. The lefties are doing it by threatening the owners. Right. Cancel culture, then. I see the usual problems. The lefties come out to play. Hopefully they will eat themselves alive sooner or later. Dogs from Afghanistan. Oh, yes, I saw something about, because he said at the time, didn't he? He didn't prioritise them over human lives, and Now it turns out he could well have done completely the opposite. Yes. Safe corridors leading to Russia have effectively delivered the people into Russian hands. They're being shipped way across the countries to Siberia. Yes, it did, Anna Perkins, the way they were being treated and their stuff being taken off of them and all sorts. It's sounded very horrific, really. Leftyism is a disease, find a cure. Yeah, you're right about that. See how I've done that? Anyway, folks, this is Andy the Gabby Cabby's Daily Chat. Hope you are all good. Thank you for joining me tonight. Please make sure you hit the like button, the old thumbs up on the chat. Like that, or like that, or like that. If you're new to the channel and you've only just started watching, please consider subscribing as well. At the moment, there's only really these daily chats online. It's what I've been trying to prioritise during the day, YouTube-wise, with the time I have available to me. And I appreciate that. There are other ways of supporting us as well on the channel, all of which you can find in the descriptions underneath. We've even got merch, believe it or not. We've got cups and tops and other things too. And I've sold a few black ones and I've sold a few white ones, and I've seen pictures of the same. I have a black mug in America somewhere, and I have a white mug up in Yorkshire somewhere, as far as I know. And those are just the ones I know about. Cheers, Ivo. Thank you for that. Appreciate it. 150 likes. You did it. Oh, 155 now. Whee! Excellent. The Manchester Man. Greetings from Manchester. Good to see you. Welcome to the chat. Lorna Mackenzie. PJ Mosley. Good night. Sand Answer. Andy, why is it when I get a taxi, there's £2 on the meter before he moves? That's just a standard thing with meter cabs. It's literally a booking fee, I suppose you can call it, and it varies between different councils. I think down here there's about £3 on the meter before it moves, and sometimes more if it's later in the day that the cab's booked. They're called, the official term is a Hackney cab, Hackney, I think named after the old black cabs, the traditional London black cabs. I'm private hire, and I don't have a meter, but I can charge what I like, providing it's an agreeable price to the customer. I just charge pretty much a flat mileage rate. But it just depends, really. It's only licensing. If you've got a meter in there, and also if you're stuck in traffic, they can push a button on the meter and start adding stoppage time to the fare as well. So there's a couple of bits to do with that, but they have to be calibrated and tested and checked. I mean, down here it's twice a year, I think, but I'm not sure in other places. Dominic, Manchester Man, greetings from Withenshaw. Neats. Where's Factual Breakdown tonight? Yeah, she's not around, is she? I know she told me she might have to miss a couple. She's got some stuff going on in the background. Julie Baldwin, can we get 2 more likes to reach 160? Wow, excellent. I like the sound of that. Kim Alliston, good night, Patty L. Good night, Patty L. Thank you for joining the chat, and good to see you. Mine is £4.30 before taxi sets off to Andover. Okay, well, there you go. Case in point, it's different depending on where you are. The new Marxist movement will end like the rest once fools wake up. Yes, exactly. Good evening all. Hello, Declan Toomey. Good to see you. Hope you're all right. And we're a bit of the way in now. 161 likes. That's great. Thank you, everybody. That's pulling up. William Broad, could you get by using an electric vehicle? It would be the biggest pain in the arse you've ever seen in your life. It just, I wouldn't go there. It would be quite a pain for the business. Bath North East. Hi, Andy, mate. Hope you're well. I've been ill for 2 weeks. You haven't had the convids, have you? Or is it something else? But in any event, I hope you're okay now. Lynn, evening Andy, 165 likes. This is very, very good, folks. I appreciate that. They deposed Putin, but who's going to take his place? This is the worry, isn't it? Is it going to be some FSB guy somewhere, which is obviously the modern-day version of the KGB? Who knows? Likey, Heisenberg says. Mark Keane, Hackney from Hackney Coachman in 1654 in London. Boom, you got it. David L, Ukrainian 8, Russia 0. Jane Griffiths, toodle-oo everybody. See you later, Jane. Thank you for joining us. The Congo flu, Tommy, that must be the new variant, a cross between the Omicron and the go fuck off, we're done with it. Something like that. I wouldn't know, Andy. I refuse to do a test, mate. Fair enough. So we'll just call it a cold then, shall we? And that's all it amounts to anyway, test or not. David L, laugh out loud, laugh out loud. Kirky Bailey, the infrastructure isn't ready yet for Lecky Cars. No, it's not. Look what's just happened. We've proven completely inept. We don't actually need to go there. We're not ready for it, and we shouldn't. Yeah, agree with you, Lorna Mackenzie. That's what'll probably happen. I called it jungle rot, Bath North East says. That's one way of saying it. My sister is still ill from the roosty boosty thingy she had beginning of December. There's a few out there that haven't felt the full ticket, really. See you later, Neats. Thank you for popping by. Maybe see you tomorrow. Good to see you. Tad, I watched a documentary at Mates last week about the 9-year-old girl who got killed at the bombing in Manchester 5 years ago. Very heartbreaking, that whole thing wasn't it? How that was allowed to happen in the first place. You know, it's like that taxi driver in Manchester of all places, that had that guy that tried to blow himself up in the back. I know there's a conspiracy theories going around about what actually happened that day, but at the end of the day, he was also known to the security services too. So why is this happening? Why? It makes you wonder. It does. Never had the jab, never will. Edgar Lee, where was the bomber from? Yes, you make a valid point there, Edgar. You certainly do. David L, any thoughts on the budget? My thought on it, you know, they're floating around this 5p cut in fuel duty. I think pull the other one. It's not going to make any difference whatsoever. And what else are they going to do? If there's big giveaways, I'd be very surprised. I really would. Typical Tories. Back in action. Yeah, exactly, Cody. That was my reaction. LOL. Laugh out. Or you could put LMAO. Laugh my arse off. Which might be more to the point. I had my thoughts in it, Clive Henderson says. Laters, Andy. Bath time. It's yearly. Laugh out loud. See you later. Alan Edge. Jabby Dodgers. Oh, I like Jabby Dodgers. Declan Toomey. Fair play, sir. David L. Thumbs up. How many likes we got right now? Can somebody tell me? Because I don't see that. Kirky Bailey, not anti-vax, had loads of them in army, just not this one. Again, you know, it's the freedom of choice, I think, is the way we're looking at it. 168, wow, I like it. 169 now I mentioned it. Chrissy Williams, all the tax we pay on everything, I don't see us getting anything back, apart from hotels full of boat people. Yeah, there is that, isn't there? There certainly is that. And they're talking about clearing the hotels out and probably try and encourage us to look after them instead. Who knows? Who knows? But seems to be lurching from one disaster to another, really. I wonder where some of Putin's inner circle are plotting to overthrow. I figured with all of the stomping down of their rights and privileges and everything else, you see, eventually someone over there will snap, think we've had enough of this, identify the cause of their problem and eliminate it. That's what I figured would happen, but we'll see. I'm only a taxi driver after all. Scrapyards are feeling the pinch. Nobody leaving any fuel in their scrap vehicles anymore. No, that's true. Probably siphoned it off, and the one next to that as well. Every 70 years or so, what is that? Every 70 years or so, the bosses like to stir the shit on this planet. That's right, Kirky, they do. Andy, Bill Cannon was asking after you this afternoon. I did hear about that, Kim Alliston. I did have a certain spy in the police off-the-cuff camp who informed me that my name was dropped by Detective Sergeant retired Bill Cannon, sitting in his garden, talking to everybody. William Broad, good chat. Got to start work 10 till 6. Good night. Cheers, William, and see you next time. I'm not anti-vax, anti-experimental, not properly tested drugs. I'm not anti-vax either. What I am is forcing people to do something they don't want to do, which seems to be the big issue. Have the prick, and if you don't, there will be consequences. And a lot of this has been rescinded, like forced jabs for certain sectors, because I know they can't get away with it. Oh Christ, you're in stereo now. My TV just caught up, but it's a few minutes behind. I'm pissing myself laughing. Thanks, Sharon. I've got the vax. It's called a Hoover. That's Declan. Yes, Alan Edge, I saw the thing about the spring one, and I read an article about a fifth one as well. The fact it was, 2 and you're done, and now that's number 3, 4, 5. They must have had billions of pounds worth of this shit stored up they want to get rid of. So wait for another round of grief. Sand dancer, I'm anti-dinghy diver. Oi, Andy, glad to catch you. Hope you're well. Certainly am, blood nose, thank you. Chrissy Williams, laugh out loud, Declan. I've got a vax to use it every day. Yeah, shake and vac, remember that. It seems to me like triple jab people still get it. Yeah, it doesn't stop you getting it. It doesn't stop you spreading it, does it? This is the thing. Cody, Active Patriot, does have a new YouTube channel called Active Patriot. He live streams. Yes, I did hear about that. Good night, Heisenberg. Thank you for stopping by. It's 10:05. That's what happens when you have a natter. Speaking of police off the cuff, let's... where is it? This is what I got sent. This is a police off the cuff mug. Bill has one of these with him as well. Look at the freaking size of that. Must be an American thing. You could fit like 20 million cups of coffee in there, maybe. I don't know. I mean, you got the English one as well. I mean, they're huge. Well, let's try that. Well, you could fit a Coke can in there. Maybe that'll do. But that's a police off the cuff mug, and they have those on their merch store. Good old Bill and Phil. Love them. They're brilliant. Stephen Wild, Active Patriot's a cool guy. 200 plus likes usually gets the algorithm paying attention, Kirky Bailey says. Well, how many have we got? You tell me, how many have we got right now? People used to slag off everybody who'd been furloughed, but the people on furlough had no choice or say in the matter. I was furloughed twice, Cosmic Auto says. Yeah, I took furlough. I'll freely admit I took furlough. I'm a limited company director running an airport business, and my business had no trade. It was there. I took it, and I'm one of these that obeyed what I had to do and how I did it, and didn't take the piss. and used it to get us through. So, you know, I saw it as done, but I realised that all of this parachute money that was appearing would have to be paid back somehow at a later date, more than likely by our grandkids. It's sad, really. Tippy Tappy Man, hey Gabby Man, hello to you, good to see you. Cody, little veteran, has a YouTube channel called Mission Impossible, 942 subs, 40 likes, 49 likes. Mark Keane says, well, I'm reading, well, I can only see the number of people in the stream at the moment. I can't see the likes. I have to see if there's a way of reconfiguring that. That would be cool. Diane Abbott says you have 342 likes. I didn't know she could count that far, actually. That's quite impressive. Really is. I wasn't asked about it. I was just told I'd been furloughed. Cosmic says, okay. Yeah, what happened with us in the pandemic, I must have had about 20 grand's worth of airport work built up, pre-booked. This is around February, March 2020. And then we got the stay at home, protect the NHS and save lives. And it all went in, you know, poof, and all that work went. So it had to be replaced with something. And that was just a piece of the puzzle. At the end of the day, I had a wife and 2 kids to think about. So I had to do what I had to do. Will you be doing merchandise? Declan Toomey says, well, funny you should say that. Ta-da! There's one of my cups, and it says toodle-oo on the back, and these come in white as well. And I've got the sniffs again. I've got a merch store which is done by Spring. I make very little profit on these. This is really just to get my name around and get people doing it. I've seen a picture of a white one of these made its way to Yorkshire, and there's a couple of black ones of these in the United States of America right now, and a couple of tops and things of that nature as well. So it is there if you so wish. Rich, first time live here. How is everyone? Yeah, we're not too bad, Rich. Thank you for joining us. Not too bad. I mean, we do one of these chats every day, and it's literally just to have a chinwag about anything and everything, and give us a chance to get together. And welcome to you. Make sure you hit the like button. You should do Gabby Cabby Mankinis. I think I could lose about 15,000 subscribers in one if you saw me in one of those. Lots of black ones where I live, Cody says. Oh my God, they're all coming out now. 14 more likes to get to 200. Well, if we make it, we make it. If we don't, we don't. It's been a good evening and a good chat as always, and I appreciate it. The Great Reset was just a start with lockdown, just one person doing shopping, etc. It's a plan, yeah. I remember we had the Aldi's down the road and the Tesco's round the corner, and we're shopping both. And we took it in turns. I went to one and my wife went to the other. I mean, I went to one with everybody bending over and leaning across and getting a loaf of bread off the shelf when you were standing there in front of them, just being damn rude. It was an interesting time. There you go. Rich Loran, 189 likes. Well, let's see if we can get to, 190. Wow, it's creeping up. Let's see if we can do the 2 ton, shall we, before we leave. So if you've not, let's give the like button a bit of a stab. I'd do it myself if I could, but I can't see the thumbs up. I meant Lorna, Rich says. Okay. ID cards in colour. Bath North East, they've been trying to find an excuse for that for years, haven't they? I think this started with Blair and his cronies, and it's been an on and off thing for quite some time. Where they've been trying to swing it. But, yes, we'll have to see what happens. But I think the COVID passes were probably a way of trying to sneak that in through the back door, but it didn't exactly go too well, did it? Didn't exactly go too well. Well, everybody, I've enjoyed tonight. We've seen some new names and plenty of our existing ones, and it's good to see you all come out and support me, even though I was a little bit late tonight. Been a bit of a busy one again. Andy, what was your favourite toy as a kid? Changing the subject and to end. Oh, God. I was a bit of a science fiction fan when I was a kid, and I liked my Star Wars toys and Transformers as well. I'm not talking about the modern day ones that transform from a man or woman to something else. I'm talking about the robot type ones, Optimus Prime and all that sort of thing. Those are my favourites, and I was permanently plugged into my Commodore Amiga 500 too. I was very much a computer game type person, and did a lot of that. Mark Keane, Eagle Transporter from Space 1999 for me. Oh God, yeah. My uncle was very much into Space 1999, and he's got a few Eagles in his collection. He's got quite a den of different science fiction ships. Anything from a Viper, Battlestar Galactica, Enterprise, out of Star Trek. He's got all sorts of things. Andy Preston, good to see you. I had the VIC-20 model, VIC-20 model. Kirky Bailey, very much glued to my Commodore VC. Oh, God, we're tripping down memory lane now, aren't we? Fireball XL5 for me. Yeah, I was a big Trekkie. I still am. And I do like my Star Trek. It's very good. Care Bears. Oh, God, that's another one. 2 more likes to 200. Barbie doll. Well, I might have been caught with a My Little Pony every now and again if I was playing with my sisters. But I've just told 124 people that, but never you mind. I never had a Barbie doll. I had an Action Man, you know, the one with the little slit thing in the back of the head, and it made the eyes move from left to right. That was kind of weird. Yeah, Lego. I like Lego. I had loads of that. Andy, what's the best car? What's the best car you remember? I like my Merc, to be honest. I always wanted one for years, and now I'm driving a Tornado work-wise. I won't sell my Merc. That's currently sitting on the driveway, and it reminds me I've got to turn the engine over to make sure it still starts, because the battery can drain off in these cold conditions. But we'll sort that out tomorrow. Blow up doll now. There's a picture of me the day after my 18th birthday where I've got my lips around the back end of a blow-up doll, giving it a good old blow-up. I think that's around somewhere. Right, folks, we've hit the 200 likes, and I appreciate you all making that effort for me. I appreciate it. I'm going to wrap it up now. We're just over the hour mark. Remember, if you haven't done so already, give the thing a like. I'm being greedy now, of course. Now we've got 200. I'll be back tomorrow with another live chat, and I'll try and be a bit more organised as to let you know when it's going to be, and maybe even try and do some content too. Tomorrow, 7:30 in the morning, I'm off to Gatwick early. I've got to drop someone up there, an Italian lady. She's going home. She's somebody's mother-in-law. And I'll be back in town for the day, so it should be good. Enjoy the rest of your evenings, even though there's only about an hour and a half left of the day. Thanks again, folks. Until tomorrow, toodle-oo.